theoretically, it's like, yay, we're going to do this, and it's going to be, you know, the goal is to create economic impact in the Black community. Like, I have said that so many times over the, you can do a drinking game with how many times.
Don't give people ideas.
Prior to this, I was a makeup artist. I always find this hard to say because I say was, but like I am. So.
Because why are you still?
I am still a makeup artist because I still have skills and I still have bills.
I am a fashion designer, so before Prosperity Market, I worked for a women's fashion design company, do my own fashion design on the side, and now we run a farmer's market, but not your average farmer's market.
Long story short, I like to say, really the pandemic and the state of Black America.
And really, we were looking for ways to make a difference, really like ways to create an impact in our community beyond what we thought would honestly be kind of like a flash in the pan to support Black businesses and uplift the Black community, given everything that was going on. And so Prosperity Market was really born out of that. It was born out of us looking for a way to channel the difficulty and make a difference.
Mm-hmm. It got hard for me. I think quarantine got real for me when George Floyd was murdered. And I couldn't be lighthearted and I couldn't joke, and it just like nothing was funny. And I don't know, it just like put me in this place. And the only way that I feel like I came out of that place was by figuring out how to create impact. If you're playing the Prosperity Market drinking game, get your cups.
Because it's about to happen. It's about to go down.
No, because the response that we saw, which was great and happy to see, but a lot of people were supporting Black business, and there was a big push to support Black businesses. And I'm happy to see it and wanted to figure out how to make that last, like not just whenever there's
a tragedy.
A big tragedy. And also around this time, there was a lot of boycotts happening. And if you want to, basically you have to boycott everything. You know, if you want to, you have to boycott everything. This person supported this politician, this company supports prison labor, this company, like if you dig deep, like you could only support what you make yourself. And if you wanted to only support Black businesses, well,
there's a lot of gaps.
Yeah.
There's a lot of holes.
Yeah. And I think trying to figure out, and this is just like my thought process through everything, like trying to figure out how to create economic impact, cups up, but like lasting, because they say a dollar stays in the Black community for 6 hours. Like that's ridiculous. A dollar stays in our community for 6 hours. That is like half a day on set.
It's shorter than a work day.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like it was a way, instead of looking for things to boycott and not be a part of, it's like, let's just find things to support. Let's just find people to support. Let's build community. Let's get something together that everyone can be excited about and that also does good. And, you know, through that process, there was a lot of stuff, like we learned about the marginalism of Black farmers in ways we hadn't before, and really looked at food access in underserved communities, in Black communities, in poor communities, and also food access in more wealthy communities and what that looks like. And at the end of the day, everybody needs to eat. Everybody needs food. Everybody needs community. Mm-hmm. And the way that we chose to have economic impact and create food access was by creating Prosperity Market.
Prosperity Market was really a journey for us because it didn't start out like we're gonna impact food. It wasn't like we're gonna create food access from the jump. It started out as trying to create economic impact. And I think we kind of stumbled upon food because it was just like, okay, what is the biggest gap for Black businesses is food. Like we can eat out, we can go to a Black-owned restaurant, but when I need to cook, when I need to inevitably cook, there is no Black-owned grocery stores, or very few.
Remember when we were doing that, like, oh, let's only eat at Black-owned places.
Yeah, and then we started farmers
And then it was
market.
like, oh, but I can't do this all the time.
And the other part of that is like, not only are there not that many Black-owned businesses to support, but they're few and far between. And if you don't live in South LA, there are just not that many Black businesses for you. So like, I live near Hollywood, and we don't have very many Black-owned businesses over there. And I'll drive to Leimert Park, I'll drive to Inglewood. I don't mind, but it's, you know, it's not always convenient. Eventually, I'm gonna need to run down the street to grab something real quick, and it's, you know, so that's why we're mobile.
Yeah.
Like for that reason right there, so that every neighborhood, whether you live in North Hollywood, the Valley, the West Side, no matter where you live, you will have a day that we'll show up in our big, beautiful pink trailer, and you can shop like really great products from all of our vendors.
And the other reason for the mobility is because it expands our vendors platform too. So our farmers and our vendors get the opportunity to reach people that they wouldn't have ordinarily. And then we also get to go into areas that like wouldn't see a prosperity market. And everybody gets that same level of service, that same great quality of food, and the same great experience.
Throughout this process, I think it's like we've discovered, we really this whole thing is we're just stumbling upon areas to continue to impact. So it's like with each solution, we find a problem. So it's like, okay, we need Black-owned grocery stores, we need Black farmers markets. That's the solution. It's simple, it's easy, go for it. And then it's like, wait, there are no Black farmers. So we had to learn all about the history of Black farmers, and that was one area that we want to impact, is to bring attention to that, to give a platform for Black farmers, to encourage more Black farmers. And then you start thinking about all the other aspects of what it takes to actually have a Black farmers market or a grocery store. It's like you need transportation, you need a commercial kitchen, you need a full ecosystem. So now it's bigger than this farmers market, or it's bigger than this idea that we have. It's like literally an entire ecosystem that we have to create for ourselves.
And one of the things that I think that we continually uncover is by being a platform for Black farmers and Black food producers, we continually uncover the areas where Black entrepreneurs have opportunities for growth. Mm-hmm. And so because we are this platform, I think it's really important for us to continue to impact how we show up as Black entrepreneurs and as Black-owned businesses. So just impacting other businesses as a whole, like your presentation, your products, like the way we represent each other, finding other Black-owned brands on store shelves, like all of these things we want to be able to impact so that like every business can grow, every vendor that we're connected to can grow.
Economic impact.
Given that prosperity market was born out of like uncomfortable, tough, difficult, sad situations, the vision of what we're growing into is inspiring, not expiring.
Always fresh, locally harvested.
The vision of what we're growing into is inspiring, and people's reactions and the connections, like just the sense of community, and like people make prosperity market their like event for the day, and that's always great. So like no matter what hard work we've had to go through to make an event happen, seeing people enjoy it is inspiring, and the vision of what we're growing into is inspiring. Daunting at times.
Oh yeah.
But inspiring.
The vendors inspire me. Our vendors inspire me.
Yeah.
And seeing their faith in us and their growth, and they trust us. I remember I was talking to a vendor, and I was explaining something, and it didn't click for him, but he was just like, all right, cool. And then I said it in a way, and he was like, oh, I get it. But he was just gonna go with the flow. You know, he just trusted us. So that, I mean, to know that our vendors and other people just have this much faith in us keeps me going. I think that's very inspiring. The vision, like the bigger vision, keeps me going, because I know like this is not even half of it. Like there's so much more, and we get new ideas every day. Like literally every day I call Kara and I'm like, what if we do this? So that's why I'm inspired.
And usually I'm like, yes, we can do that, and let's,
let's do it tomorrow.
just not today. But that's true though, like all of our vendors, I mean, really, we came to them like, nope, we don't know anything about this business at all, but also just come join us, shall you? And they were like, okay, yeah, sure. And that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that also speaks to like, we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. Like this was given to us because we've never done this before, but like we know what to do.
Even when we don't,
like,
we just do.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know what to do, but I know what to do. Like I don't know what to do, but I'm gonna do this, and it works. Okay, now let's do this, and it works. So
and just trust as we move forward.